Welcome to Sabotage Games, and let's talk about something that every driver has felt, but most people can't explain. You know that lap where everything just works? You're not fighting the car, you're not thinking about inputs, corners just connect. That's not luck, that's momentum driving pushing you into a flow state, and once you understand that relationship, you stop chasing lap time and you start letting it come to you. Here's the mistake that most drivers make. They think speed comes from effort, from braking later, turning harder, or being more aggressive. But if you actually watch fast drivers, really watch them, nothing looks rushed. They're not busy in the car, they're calm. And that calm doesn't come from confidence, it comes from control. Momentum driving at its core is really simple. It's just protecting speed through the corner, so you don't have to win it back on the exit. Because every time you brake a fraction too much, turn in a bit too sharp, or unsettle the car, you create a problem you now have to fix, and fixing problems costs time. Think about how most laps fall apart. It's rarely one massive mistake. It's a little slide here, a correction there, a late throttle pickup you don't even notice. Individually, they don't look dramatic, but mentally, they're expensive. Every correction pulls you out of the rhythm, and the rhythm is where flow lives. Flow state racing isn't mystical, it's just the moment where your brain stops micromanaging, inputs become automatic, your vision feels wider, and time feels slower. And here's the important part. Flow doesn't come from pushing harder, it comes from removing interruptions. The car does what you expect, so your brain stays relaxed, so your reactions, they get sharper. This is why momentum driving creates flow almost by accident. When you're smooth, the weight transfer is predictable, the tyres stay loaded properly, and the car talks to you early. Nothing surprises you, and when nothing surprises you, you trust the car. Trust is what unlocks flow. Here's a mindset shift that changes everything. Stop thinking about corners individually. Corners don't exist on their own, they're part of a chain. Every exit sets up the next entry. Every unstable moment compounds into the next corner. Momentum drivers are always thinking about one step ahead. Where do I need the car to be after this corner? That's why they'll happily sacrifice entry speed to get a clean, calm exit. And this leads to one of the hardest lessons to accept. If you need to correct the car mid-corner, you're too fast on entry. Corrections feel aggressive, they feel skilled, but speed doesn't come from heroics, it comes from continuity. The fastest laps usually feel boring, and I mean that as a compliment. If you want a simple self-check, try this. How many inputs does one corner need? Ideally, one brake release, one steering arc, one throttle application. If you add in extra steps, you're working too hard, and working too hard breaks the flow. Now, let's talk about mistakes, because they will happen. The difference between average drivers and elite ones isn't that elite drivers don't make mistakes, it's how quickly they let them go. The moment you think, I've ruined the lap, you've guaranteed it. Flow can survive small errors, but it can't survive frustration. The best drivers instantly reset, focus on the next exit, and rebuild momentum from there. If you want to train this properly, stop chasing lap records. Seriously, run about 90 to 95% and ignore the delta. Focus on minimum speed and exits. If you can run 5 laps within a couple of tenths, you're doing it right. Flow arrives at a consistency and not before it. So here's the key takeaway. Momentum driving isn't flashy, flow state isn't forced, but together, they're what separate drivers who fight the car from drivers who look like they're barely trying. That's race blueprint. And next time you're in the car, don't ask yourself how late you can brake. Ask yourself, how little do I need to fix? Because that is where the lap time really lives. If you got this far into the video, make sure you leave a comment down below telling me where you got into flow state in one of your races. Big thank you to Target_29 and Ixulianu for the continued support on Patreon. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.